Hello, everyone. Today we've got this big mansion that I built for my broccoli gen of the Very Veggie Legacy Challenge. Now, I did this in like June. I think it's now like August, so this was a while ago. So I really don't even remember what I did. But I've played in this house for a couple weeks, I think. Um, but I think I'm actually going to restart the Very Veggie Legacy Challenge because something happened with some update of the game, and it's like that whole save is just corrupted now, which is really messed up because I mean, you can see how big this house is, so you can like see that my sim was successful. But anyways, yeah, so I think I'm just gonna start it over, and then this time I can even like record it too. But yeah, anyways, but yeah, so once my sim got all this money, I was just thinking like, what kind of house will I make them? Because I I I move my Sims a bunch because I just love to build. So they live in like a bunch of different houses. But I was thinking like this is gonna be like the forever house. Like this is gonna be the forever house. And yeah, I mean it has been. I mean, not that I really play the save anymore because it's corrupted, but it's okay. It's okay about this ginormous mansion, and I probably won't ever play it in again. But it's okay. Anyways, yeah, so I got some inspo, I think, from this post I saw on Pinterest of just like a manor. But I think I used a lot of different inspo though, so it wasn't just one picture. And even besides, whoa, English, wow. But besides that, don't remember like what inspo pic it was from because again, this was so long ago, so I can't like show or anything. But yeah, so right now we're just working on the shell, and 2 minutes in. Oh, speaking of, this recording is an hour and 30 minutes. Now, mind you, I cut out certain parts and I sped it up. I think I sped it up to like 400% or something and cut out a lot of parts. So that's how long it took me. Like I'm pretty sure it took me like at least 8 in real life hours to build this, which is kind of insane because typically it would only take me like 3 hours to build. I mean, depending on how big something is, and depending on how many times I bulldoze it first. Like I cut this out. I cut it out, but I bulldozed a lot before we like got into the groove of things. But I cut that out because it was just too much. But yeah, so we got our little manor coming along, and this is in Henfrom Bagley, which is the world that came with cottage living. I love cottage living, love this world. And oh yeah, so if you don't know what the Very Veggie Legacy Challenge is, it's the newest challenge created by Lil Simsy. And so like the first gen is the broccoli gen. So in terms of building, this means that like everything is green. Like everything is a dark broccoli type green. So just keep that in mind once I start furnishing because it's like fully green. Like I'm not talking, oh, all the accents are green. No. It's fully green. The accents are different shades of green. It's all green. And yeah. And then that little like, I don't want to say bump out because it's not really a bump out, but the like protruding edge or like box on the right side of the house is where the business is going to be. So again, for the broccoli gen of the Very Veggie Legacy Challenge, the sim has to run a 5-star business. And me personally, I like it better when you have the small businesses from businesses and hobbies in the actual house instead of on another lot, because then I don't have to leave the lot and then I can actually run my business while my sim is sleeping and doing other stuff. So, and her business was in her house in the other builds I made. So I wanted to still have it be in this house, even though this is a giant mansion. And it actually worked really well because a lot of the times things that like trip me up when I'm doing really big builds is the amount of space I have. Because it's like the spacing is like each side of the coin is a bad thing. Like if it's too small or if it's too big. Not enough space or too much space. But having the business be in here really helped because it took out a big chunk of space. So that was good. And you can see I'm kind of like doing the layout of the business there. Yeah. And another thing, a part of this, what am I thinking of? Another thing part of the challenge rules is that she has to max 3 like creative skills. So the business, it doesn't really have an overarching theme. It's like it's painting and pottery, tattooing, yoga, and massages. And I put yoga there because for the challenge we also have to max the wellness skill. So I thought that would be good to have that be a part of the business. And then since we want to also max 3 creative skills, I put painting, pottery, and tattooing. So yeah, there's that. And here I'm just kind of working on the layout with the easels and stuff like that. Because, I mean, wow, so sorry if you heard me crack my knuckles like that. But, yeah. So, what was I saying? Oh yeah, I'm working on the layout of the easels and stuff. And this business, even though it took out a big chunk of the house, I still had some trouble with the layout of the business because, I mean, it's not really that big. I mean, like, if you think about it, if this just being the business, for as much stuff wow. Okay. For as much stuff is in the business, it's not really that big. Because, again, we have the easels, the pottery, the yoga, the tattooing, and then the, like, places to sell stuff, and then the sauna and the bathrooms and the kilns and stuff. So it's a lot of stuff, and this is not really a big space for a lot of stuff, so it took me a little bit to figure out the layout. But eventually I did it. Yeah, and just figuring out where to put the pottery tables and stuff, and I wanted to make sure that I had enough stuff because when you do the class, you need to have a certain amount of items for that skill in order for the class to work. So I'm not sure what the exact number is for pottery or painting, but I wanted to make sure I had at least enough. And besides, like, I think the more easels you have, for example, the more people can join the class, so that's more money, I guess. So yeah, there's that. But yeah, and then also I haven't gotten to this yet, but also another thing that helped take up space is I made like a little break room type thing for the business, kind of in between where the business meets the house from the inside. But I mean, you can't really see that now, but I'll showcase it later. But yeah, in here I think I pretty much got the layout here now. This is pretty much what it's gonna be. And you know, in those shelves I just put down, you would not think it, but it gets full so quickly. Cause in it, okay, when Sims come in to do pottery, it's like all they want to do is make the vases. That's all they want to do is make the vase, and or the vase or the planter box, or a candle, and which is fine. But the thing about the planter box is, I mean, I don't know if I'm doing something wrong, but this has always been the case for me. The planter box will only slot to the middle shelf of those like tall 3 shelved little structure things on the back wall there. It will only slot to the middle of it. So everything else has to go above there, or has to go on the top shelf or the bottom shelf, and then I put the planters on the middle shelf. And then yeah, looks like I'm changing the layout of the easels now, but I do remember it went back. But oh my gosh, that's an alarm going off. Hope you can't hear that, but yeah. I feel like I should have prepared something to talk about for this build, because it's so long. I even watching this back now, I feel like I should have just cut out everything. Or not everything, but I feel like I should have cut out a lot of this stuff, because it's a lot. But then I feel like, no, I shouldn't have cut it out, because then it's just gonna cut to something being completely furnished. But like, I'm probably gonna have to split this up. I don't know if I'm gonna like split up, like for me now, split it up recording the voiceovers and then just post it all as an hour-and-a-half long video, or I'm gonna split up the videos. Because I don't know. I mean, I feel like not everyone wants to watch a video that's an hour-and-a-half long. But for me, I don't really watch speed builds. When I put on a speed build, it's more for background and less for watching. Like, I like to watch people live building, like almost like a stream. Like, I like to watch that type of stuff. And then I put like the speed builds on the background. So I feel like this could be good for that, you know? I mean, like, if you really need to lock in, it would be good to put on a video that's an hour-and-a-half, so you can lock in for an hour-and-a-half. You don't have to worry about, you know, picking another video or whatever. But okay, well, back to the build. I'm using, I just put on the wallpaper. Oh, and so on builds that I post on the gallery, or I won't say that, builds that I'm making specifically for the gallery, I won't use custom content on. But builds that I'm making for myself that I'm going to play in, then I'll use custom content. So this build has a lot of custom content, like a lot of it. The wallpaper that I put, that's custom content. The curtains that I put in the business side, not this not this massage room right here, but in that other room, those are custom content. And I just use a lot of custom content stuff, because I mean, it's difficult to like get custom content when you're just getting a build off the gallery, because if you don't have exactly what they have, it's not going to show up in your game. So I just don't even use it. But like I said, if I'm playing for myself, I mean, I still post all my builds of custom content to the gallery, but I mean, you won't even see it unless you click the show custom content stuff. But yeah, so right now we're just working on the massage room, and I like kind of did mood lighting in here. Like, I didn't put a big overhead light, just some wall lights. And yeah, there were 2 massage tables and a place, well, I guess that's also a massage table, or not a table, but a massage chair where you can get like your feet or hands massage or something. And looks like we're back in the main business area. I'm trying to figure out a rug for the pottery. And then here, I guess I skipped over, but I also put in a mirror for that yoga little area. And yeah, I don't think I actually put a rug down for the pottery wheels, because why would you want a rug underneath pottery wheels, you know? Because then it falls and gets on the rug. It's just a whole thing. But yeah, but right now I'm putting on the mirrors, and yeah, as you can see, it's all green. Everything is green. I did allow other colors for the other yoga mats, because, well, I was looking through and I didn't want it to be all the same type of mat. And I don't know, the green, there just wasn't a lot of green options. And I think it's also more realistic to say like people brought their own mat and stuff. But yeah, other than that, it's all green. The accent, well, I guess actually I lied. In this build, I let the accent be brown, I guess, because like broccoli's a plant, so the brown could be, I mean, I know the stem of broccoli is also green, so the brown could be dirt, but you know, So that's our accent color, a natural like brown, and it's the only that's the only other color. Yeah. So what am I doing now? I think I'm just looking for some wall decor and stuff, but I mean, the business side stuff is coming along really well. Oh, also, I didn't want to use too much light green. I mean, I know I've used some light green stuff, but I didn't want to use too much light green because later on in the challenge, I believe the P Gen, their color is light green. So like broccoli gen is dark green, and then the peas gen is light green. So I didn't want to use a lot of light green because I know I would be using it later, and I didn't want it to like, be like, oh, I just did that, or whatever. Yeah. So I think we're almost gonna move on from this business area, which is insane. It's been like, well, we're like 16 minutes into the recording now. I probably spent, I don't know, maybe like 10 minutes sped up in here. But oh yeah, this is the little break room I was talking about. So this area is going to be accessible by employees. And so like with businesses and hobbies, there's 3 different options you can put a room on. You can put a room on as public space, so anyone can go in there. You can put a room as employees only, so like only your sim, like your household sims, and then the sims that work for your business can go in there. And then there's residential only, so only household sims can go in that room. But yeah, I made this little break room. Although after playing with it, I will say that the break room like never got used, like ever. But however, I like never had an employee, honestly, because I mean I feel like having for this type of business having an employee didn't really make any sense because we're making money by tattooing, holding art classes, and then if I want to give a massage or a yoga class, right? And if an employee does that, then my sim doesn't get the money. Kind of like, so it didn't really make any sense to have an employee, but I did get one employee for a bit. I think it was the townie Morgan Fries. I don't know how to pronounce the last name, but from Get Together, that sim. Yeah, the redhead. But yeah, so looks like we're finally moving away from the business side of things into the actual house. I'm just doing the laundry room. Now that I think about it, I feel like I should have cut the laundry room out. I cut out all the bathrooms. I'm pretty sure I cut out all the bathrooms. Because in my opinion, bathrooms are the most boring to build and they're the most boring to watch. So I cut those all out. But I guess I left in the laundry room because, I mean, a considerable amount of time did go into making the laundry room. So I guess why I left this in. But I really love the style of this house. Like, this is the kind of house I want. Like, I want a manor. I don't want a modern house or contemporary, like anything like that. I don't want to live in the city. I want a manor with a lot of land and just a lot of space and just landscaping. Like, this is my type of house. However, I would not make my house all green. I mean, I love the color green, one of my favorite colors, but I think all green would definitely be too much. But now we're working on the kitchen, and I believe that flooring is from For Rent. I think it's not custom content. I think it's from For Rent. But these counters are custom content. So, and now I'm just figuring out. I can't believe I actually left this in because I don't think I had the countertops as wood. I don't think I did that, or maybe I did. I don't know. I went back and forth a bunch of times with the colors. Like the backsplash right now, I've got a olive type green and a darker green, and I was just going through like to see which one worked better with all the other shades of green in this room, which one looked better and stuff. Um, yeah, but I definitely don't think I kept these counters. Maybe I did. I don't know. Again, this was very long ago. But I feel like I should have cut this out then. But maybe I did keep the counters. I don't know. Maybe I did because there was a lot of more back and forth that I did cut out. So who knows? I probably did keep the counters. But yeah, now there's a bunch of counter space, a bunch of cabinets. It honestly looks really repetitive in The Sims because of all the drawers and stuff. And honestly, I feel like it gets to a point where you almost don't need that much storage. Like, I know it's always like the more storage the better, but like there becomes a point where it's too much storage. Like who has that many pots and pans and plates and bowls and stuff to go in all of those cabinets and drawers? That's a lot. But I don't know. I mean, this is a big house. Maybe they, I don't know, host a lot of, yeah. Okay, wait, sorry. I just put two thoughts together. But maybe they host a lot of stuff. But as I was just about to say, yeah, I don't remember keeping the wood countertops. I definitely didn't do that. So I don't know why I even left this in, because I could have cut that out. But, you know, I'm already speaking, so whatever. And then, yeah, I think the counters I'm putting now are the ones I stick with. And now just choosing between the shades of green now. Okay, broccoli is not... Okay, well, broccoli has like a light green, and then the like buds, I don't know the technical term, but it's a bit of a darker green. But yeah, so I'm saying that because of the backsplash and the counters. They're two different types of green. Well, everything in this house is different types of green, but I don't remember which backsplash I used, because I feel like I set one and then I redid it and then maybe I changed it back. So like I said, one, this was a long time ago, and two, it was just a lot of back and forth. And also, it takes me longer to build when I'm building for something that I'm going to play in, because I don't know, it's just a lot of back and forth because I just want it to be perfect. And yeah, but custom content really came in clutch with this build. Like, that table I just used is custom content, stuff like that. And oh, so in The Sims, or not even in The Sims, but there's like 3 different seating areas here. And I just moved the mic, but we've got the island, which has like 10 different chairs on it. Then we've got the little table to the side in the kitchen, and we have the actual dining room. I will say that my Sims use that little table in the kitchen the most, and I feel like no one ever uses the dining room. The dining room more gets used for my Sims did their homework, to be honest. And then people also use the island to eat too, but like no one ever uses the dining room unless I like host a party or something, which I don't usually do, but I did actually do it with this save. Yeah. So yeah, here's what I'm talking about. I'm going back and changing the backsplash to this, but I feel as though I didn't leave it like this. But again, I don't remember, but maybe I did. I mean, I literally started this video out saying that there would be no accent color, and then we have a white accent. I mean, it's much better on the eyes to have the white backsplash, but I feel like I didn't do this because it's not in the spirit of the challenge of the single color being green. But, and yeah, I'm using a lot of the kitchen clutter kit here. And to be honest, I mean, when I built this, I think the kitchen clutter kit had just recently come out, and I got it, and I was like, oh, I'm so excited for this. I love this cute stuff. But honestly, I feel like the kitchen would look better without all the clutter. I don't know. One, because this house is huge, and they certainly have a staff, and the staff would not leave. I just thought about this, but like all those cabinets, all this stuff on the counters would definitely be in those cabinets. So maybe that's why it just looks so odd with all the clutter on it. But yeah, I just got the new pack. I wanted to use my $5 worth of money. yeah, so we're already 25 minutes into the video. I've been talking for 25 minutes straight. But, yo, not me messing with the counters again. I do think I stuck with the olive green. I don't think I went with the dark green. But did I leave that backsplash? See, this is the problem when I do a build so long ago and don't come back to it. Oh my gosh, I removed some of the island chairs. Oh, I thought I had way more, but it's only 3. But yeah, like I said, this is a problem. I keep going back and forth, but did I have the dark green? I feel like I had the olive green. Did I have the dark green? Oh yeah, well here I go, changing the backsplash again. I really do feel like I had the olive green cabinets and not the dark green, but here we go. But I guess this is why I didn't cut it out, because it would be a lot if I just cut to the part where I chose the final color. It would just cut to a completely furnished kitchen. So, but anyways, yeah, just cluttering up the kitchen, even though all this stuff would most likely be in the millions of cabinets in this kitchen. But I mean, honestly, it is a great kitchen though. There's a lot of counter space. Like, you could be cooking a whole grand meal, like a 4-course meal and the dessert all at once, which is great because you could have all this stuff cooking at one time, and that way when everything is ready, it'll be ready at the same time and you can eat. Speaking of, I need to make pies. I absolutely love sweet potato and apple pie, and I haven't made an apple pie in a while, so that's what I need to do. Speaking of, I haven't eaten dinner yet. I'm recording this at 9 o'clock at night. Yeah. So I definitely should eat dinner. But I thought to myself, you know what? I'll sit down, record this voiceover. It'll take like an hour and a half, and then I'll eat dinner. It's 9 o'clock. And I have a class tomorrow at 10:05. And then, but I mean, my schedule, this is completely off on a tangent, but my schedule this semester is actually pretty good. So Monday, Wednesday, I don't start classes until 2:20 in the afternoon, and then I'm done by 5:10. So that's great because I get to sleep in. And even though I get to sleep in, I've still been waking up at like 8 o'clock. So it's kind of crazy, but I've also been going to bed early. Well, early for me. I've been going to bed at like 1 a.m., which is early for me because over the summer I was like going to bed at 4 o'clock in the morning. So, but yeah, I'm getting tired around like 12 o'clock, and then I go to sleep, and then I wake up at like 8 a.m. and I have so much time. Like today, I'm recording this on a Monday. Today, before class, I played The Sims. I never ever get to play The Sims during the day unless it's a weekend or I don't have class. Like, that's how much time I had. This is good. And then Tuesday, Thursday, my classes are from 10:05 to 2:30. So that's good because I don't have to wake up at the crack of dawn for an 8:30 class. And I'm still done like really early in the afternoon. And then Friday, I only have one class from 9 o'clock to 11:30, and the class doesn't meet every week. It only meets like maybe once or twice a month. So it's a dance class. So like the class is a performance. Like, okay, so at the end of the semester, there's always a student showcase for people choreographing, like students choreographing their own piece. And so the class is, I mean, it's not really a class, but it's for the credit. So I'm the performer, not the choreographer. So we have a different rehearsal time than when the class technically meets. So that's why the class doesn't meet every week. But I feel like that didn't make any sense, me explaining it, but who knows? If you get it, you get it. But yeah, so I mean, I also have work, but work hasn't really started yet. So I mean, like, I'm not gonna have all that free time Monday, Wednesday, because I'll be working from 10 to 2, like before class, because I work on campus as a tutor. But yeah, but my schedule this semester is actually gonna be crazy because I have class, and then I work as a tutor on campus. Then I also work as a grader for a math class on campus. And I'm also the president of an organization on campus that meets on Fridays. So, and then I'm also going to be volunteering. So it's just a lot of stuff. Real busy. And also, I want to like play The Sims, make videos and stuff. That's another thing. And then also, I want to just do other stuff and have a life, you know. But I made my schedule, my work schedule, so that I'm not working Friday through Sunday. So I get like the whole rest of Friday and the weekend to like relax and catch up on stuff. So that's good. But completely busy week and then free weekend. So that's good. But yeah. So now we're doing the guest room. Wow. I feel like I completely blacked out. Talking about my schedule. I don't even remember I don't even like know where we are right now, what we did, but we're in the guest bedroom. And when I was playing in this house, this turned into like the butler's room. Because listen, this house is huge, and later on you're gonna see how many bedrooms the house has. And I use MC Command Center so I could increase my household size. So I think I had like 9 or 10 Sims, because my Sim had a bunch of children. Because I'm the type of person where I love a chaotic Sims household. Like, I can't play like 1, 2, 3 Sim households is boring to me. Like, I immediately get to 8 Sims. Like, I'm always playing with a full household. And then sometimes I might increase my household size with MC Command Center. Although I don't do it a lot. I don't increase the household size a lot. Because I mean, it is a lot of stuff. But it's easier almost because with the small business, I can have my Sim like be working, but she can still be doing other stuff. So that's that. And then also in this save, my Sim married Kayla Vitor, which is one of the vampires from the vampire pack. So he doesn't have, or I mean, they have like vampiric energy, whatever, but it depletes very slowly. So like he doesn't sleep, and he doesn't really have, I mean, he has needs still, but he doesn't have all the needs that regular Sims do. So it's much easier to take care of this household than it would be to do like another one. And then also they have so much money. So like I said, we get a butler, we have a maid, we get a nanny. Like, there is staff. This house is staffed. But yeah. Also, I was watching back my other video, and I said like so many times, and I already know I said like so many times in this video, and it's really bad. It's really, really bad, because I know hearing it, it's like, see, I just did it again. I know hearing someone say like a lot is really annoying, but I almost said it again. But it's, wow, see what I mean? It's a filler word, and I don't know, when you're speaking for so long and you kind of have no script and you're just spewing nonsense, like just comes out, you know? It just comes out. So I'm trying to not use it as much in this video, especially since this video is going to be longer. And I don't know. I mean, this footage is an hour and a half long, and we're already at 34 minutes, so that's like a third of the way done. So I almost wonder if I should just split up the video in 3 parts. I feel like maybe I should do that. I don't know. But I mean, I was thinking I could just do it in half and have like part 1 be 45 minutes, part 2 be 45 minutes, you know? I may do that. Although I feel like I shouldn't be saying this in the voiceover, because then if I don't do it, but you know, whatever. It's cool. We show everything. We are not perfect. We show all the... I don't know what I'm doing right now. I'm just trying to find things to say because I've never spoken this long before. It's not like having a conversation. It's just talking at nothing, watching the screen. But okay, so now we're in the dining room, which really pretty. Although my Sims don't really eat in it, but really pretty. We got that huge bar on the side of the wall. The dining table and chairs, of course, and some extra chairs. I always put like an extra chair or two if I have space in the dining room, because I feel like that just makes sense. Like, for the family, you might have just the amount of chairs for the family, but then if you have guests over, you might just bring another chair out so they could sit there. I feel like that was realistic, but yeah. So I think I'm just adding some like clutter and stuff, or just doing that for the dining room. But yeah, once I did this shell, everything kind of came along fairly easily for the build. Aside from the layout of the business and then the counters and backsplash for the kitchen, everything came together really well. And we have a considerable amount of green things in the game. Because, okay, the game, aside from custom content, of course, because CC creators, they always give you everything you need. But the game Sims 4 has a lot of blue stuff. And now I know it has a lot of green stuff too. One thing it doesn't have a lot of is purple, which is kind of scary because the next gen for this challenge is the eggplant gen, and their color is, of course, purple. So that's concerning. But yeah, it has a lot of blue, has a lot of green, not a lot of purple, not a lot of like pastel purple. It has that it has the magenta purple, but honestly not even a lot of that either. And I don't think it has a lot of orange either. I don't know. I don't typically use orange, so. But it does have a considerable amount of yellow too, because I made this one house a while ago, and it was just it was a yellow suburban, it was a yellow house. How there's the blue suburban? It was a yellow house. And I'm just looking at the camera now, and I'm putting all these couches in the living room. I was just trying to figure out which couch set worked best. Because like I said, we got a lot of green in this game. But yeah, so I ended up choosing this fancy stuff, of course. Oh, and you'll notice that I'm using free build right now. And typically, if I'm building for one of my Sims, I wouldn't use free build. I would use the money that they had to build. But one thing about the pack businesses and hobbies is that businesses are actually insane. You make money so quickly with businesses. It's kind of crazy how quickly you make money. So in this, I was kind of I'm not using a budget or anything. I'm just building how I see fit, because I know we're gonna be able to afford it. And I did. I had to keep the business open for a couple of days, but after that, I completely afforded it. And then my Sim consistently has 60 to 80,000 simoleons in household funds, consistently. It doesn't ever go below. That's how crazy businesses are in The Sims. If you wanna be rich in The Sims, open a small business. But yeah, so now we're doing the living room. I got everything situated. I really do like this build. For the challenge, of course, because it is a lot of green. I will admit, it's a lot of one color. But I really do like it. I like the style, like I already said, and stuff like that. But yeah, continuing with this huge living room, which the Sims do use a lot. They do use it a lot, so that's good. Because sometimes in big houses, you just add a room just to fill up space, and then it's almost it feels unnecessary because the Sims don't use it. In that little hallway area before you enter the kitchen, like a seating room. There's so many seating areas in this house because, again, space, gotta fill it up. They don't really use that seating area a lot, so it's kind of like, well, it's almost like the seating area is obsolete. Like, you don't need it, but they certainly use this living room. But also, this is the place where the TV is, so of course they use it. Well, okay. When I have rich Sims, I put TVs in all the bedrooms. Just because, I mean, that's how I grew up. Or, like, I lived in a house where we have TVs in our bedrooms. Like, so I know some people, they don't put TVs in the bedrooms. But my house, we definitely have TVs in our bedrooms. Because, like, sometimes you just want to watch TV in your own room. You know, like, if you only have one TV in the house, then only one person gets to watch TV or watch what they want at one time. So that's why, I mean, it's a little surprising because in the bedrooms, they have TVs in their rooms. At least the kids do. Kids and older. So you think that they wouldn't use the downstairs a lot, but they do. And it's not even a huge TV. I used one of the frame TVs because I felt like that would definitely be the vibe in this house. They'd have a TV that would look like a piece of art instead of like the eyesore of a TV. But yeah, I think I'm almost finished with this living room, just adding in some toys and stuff for the Sims and stuff like that. But yeah, I think I'm almost finished with the living room. And then what are we doing next? Let's see. We're doing this little hallway area. Oh, look at the rugs. Choosing rugs is one of the hardest parts of building in The Sims, I will say. Because, like, one, it has to be the right color, and then it has to be the right size. And I don't have the tool mod, which I should get. I know I should get the tool mod, but it's just so much work to do it. And it's just, I don't know, I just don't want to do it. Even though I should, because it would make building so much easier, because then I could use any rug I want. Because I could size it up however I wanted, but yeah. And see right here, this is the hallway I was talking about, the seating area. Where it's kind of like, I mean, in real life, you would like to have a lot of seating areas. Because then, especially in a house this big, with a family this big, the way you guys can have your own space. And, you know, sometimes you want to change the scenery. You don't want to always be in your room. I'm not that person. I love being in my room, but yeah. So just doing this little hallway. I put a bookshelf there because you gotta words. Because you love to have a bookshelf. And then now we're moving on to which hallway is it? This hallway that takes you to the outside. Yep, we're moving to this hallway. And honestly, in The Sims, it is great to have a lot of open spaces some places, because if you have parenthood, then your Sims come home with school projects, and a big open space is great for school projects, because I think the like footing or like tilage, you know, like the space the projects take up, I think it's like 6 or 9 squares. So you want a lot of open space for that. So a lot, like all of their school projects go in this room. And I could put them all in here. And then some in the other seating area spaces and some upstairs that you haven't seen yet. But yeah. But I mean, the downstairs was coming along fairly well. And yeah. But it's going really well. And you know what? I think I might actually, you know, stop here like I said I was going to. We're almost at the 45-minute mark, and I'm almost finished the downstairs, so it'll be good to kind of regroup back at the upstairs. But yeah, so I think I'm just finishing up this stuff, adding some paintings and stuff. I got those tapestries there. And yeah, now finally our last hallway. This is where I kind of add like the chess table, you know, a bit of skill building. And I think, I'm not sure if I put the cat tree in here, because my sim does have a cat. I can't remember if this sim has a dog, but I know this sim has a cat. So, but I can't remember if I put that cat tree in here. I mean, there's definitely space for it, but I don't know. Maybe I did. Maybe I didn't. Yeah, oh, looks like I'm back in the other hallway. So many hallways in this game. I'm in this build. So many hallways. But yeah, I mean, I'm almost done with this hallway. So yeah, well, thank you guys so much for watching this speed build. And like I said, this will be part 1 because I cannot sit here and talk for an hour and 30 minutes. We're only halfway done and I'm already out of stuff to talk about. But I really do hope that you enjoyed watching this first part of the speed build, and then I will do the voiceover for the next part soon so I can get that out so you guys can see the finished product. So thanks so much for watching. Bye.